Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to arabicCaravan podcast, episode number 1. As I said in the introduction episode, my name is Abdeslam. I am an Arabic teacher from Morocco. I am married and living in Saudi. I have been teaching Arabic for 22 years. After these years of experience, I decided to create this podcast to help people around the world learn the Arabic language. In today's episode, I want to talk about two main things. The first one is answering one question that so many people who are seeking to learn the Arabic language ask. And the second topic is talking about two persons who are experts in the field of language learning. So the question that so many people who are seeking to learn Arabic ask is, they say, I really want to learn Arabic, but I don't know where to start and which Arabic I should learn. So to help you understand why these people are asking such questions, before I answer this question, let us first give some information concerning the Arabic language. Arabic is the official language of 22 countries, spoken by more than 400 million speakers. It is recognized as the fourth most used language of the internet and classified in three main varieties. CA, Classical Arabic, a form of the language used in literary texts and Quran. MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, the modern written one. It is the language of all contemporary Arabic written publications as well as the language of the Arabic broadcast media. AD, Arabic dialects. It refers to the regional varieties or vernaculars across the Arab world. It is the Arabic we learn at home before we put our first step at school. Now I think that you get to know why these people are asking the question. So many of them, when they start learning an Arabic language, they are advised to start by learning one of the Arabic dialects because it's the one Arabs use in daily spoken conversations. So they get confused and ask, where should one get started? Okay, don't worry. Let me help you answer this question. As an Arabic teacher, I want to make it clear that CA and MSA, Classical Arabic and Modern Standard Arabic, are the same. We Arabs don't make any difference between them. It's just like talking about modern and old English with a difference, because we don't consider anything in Arabic language is old, because if you use the old Arabic, especially in a written form, it is accepted and considered to be the more suitable one. So normally if someone wants to learn English the first time, no one would advise him to start by reading Shakespeare's books. Likewise, when you are learning Arabic, it's obvious to start with MSA, Modern Standard Arabic. As far as the Arabic dialects are concerned, I don't think that it is helpful to start with one of them, unless your specific purpose may be having a vacation in an Arabic country and want to converse with people using the language they speak at home, in the street, etc. And yet, learning MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, will help you achieve this goal wherever you are, not only in Arabic countries, but wherever Arabic is spoken and wherever Muslims are, because all Muslims learn MSA, Modern Standard Arabic, even though they are not Arabs, because it's the liturgical language and it serves as a lingua franca between Arabs and non-Arab Muslims in the whole world. And by the way, we Arabs and Muslims don't make this difference. The only Arab language we consider to be our language is MSA, and for the others we say dialects. So I hope that this introduction is helpful and made things clear for you to choose to learn Arabic the right way. The second thing I want to talk about in this episode is talking about two persons who are experts in this field of language learning process, Stephen Krashen and Lucas Lampariello. Stephen Krashen, University of Southern California, is an American linguist, educational researcher, and activist. His theory of second language acquisition is widely known and well accepted and has had a large impact in all areas of second language research and teaching. Therefore, we are going talking a little bit about the main ideas from his theory to help us in our journey for language learning. In his highly regarded theory of foreign language acquisition, known as the natural approach, he established the distinction between acquisition and learning as one of the most hypotheses in language learning. The acquired system or acquisition is the product of subconscious process very similar to the process children undergo when they acquire their first language. It requires meaningful interaction in the target language, natural communication, in which speakers are concentrated not in the form of their utterances but in the communicative act. And the language learning refers to conscious knowledge of a second language, knowing the rules, being aware of them, and being able to talk about them. In non-technical terms, learning is knowing about a language known to most people as grammar or rules. It's the traditional approach which is still generally practiced in high schools worldwide. The student, for example, who learns English will be taught how to form interrogative and negative sentences, will memorize irregular verbs, learn how to form perfect tense, etc., but hardly ever masters the use of these structures in conversations. According to Krushen, learning is less important than acquisition. He says, in the real world, conversations with sympathetic native speakers who are willing to help the acquirer understand are very helpful. The second person I want to talk about is the Brazilian polyglot Lucas Lampariello, who speaks 11 languages. Luca is one of the very famous polyglot in the world. He says in one of his videos in his YouTube channel, "When I started learning languages myself, I wish I had a framework of 5, 7, 10 simple rules of thumb to follow to help me learn foreign languages." Therefore, he decided to compile a list of 10 rules of thumb for those who want to start learning any language. So rule number 1, always make sure that you know exactly why you started learning the language. In this rule, he mentions the importance of having valid reasons because they are going to help you keep learning every single day. Rule number 2. When it comes to language learning, and in order to learn efficiency well, you have to get rid of any negative convictions you have towards this language. Rule number 3. A very common mistake that people make when learning a language is to just throw themselves at the language without any planning. What you have to do is actually plan beforehand. So just take a piece of paper, jot down a date of reference, and from that moment on, you tell yourself, I'm going to learn that language. After that, ask yourself, what will I be able to do within 2 or 3 or 6 months? This in turn will define the actions and the time that you will put to make it happen, and this will create continuity, and it is single-handedly the ultimate secret to language learning. You have to learn every single day, no matter what you do and no matter your background experience. Rule number 4. Find good language learning resources. Here, I will try my best to help you and hope that my lessons will be of benefits for you. I will also provide you with resources where you can find good materials for your learning process. Rule number 5. Find a method which is suitable for you. There is no one-size-fits-all solutions because every brain is different, but remember, the method should be efficient and enjoyable. Rule number 6. Focus 80% on language and 20% on grammar. And this is what I will stand on in teaching you Arabic language. Because as Dr. Stephen Krashen says, language acquisition does not require external use of conscious grammatical rules and does not require tedious drills. So as a rule of thumb, what you should do is expose yourself as much as you can to dialogues and the real language and use grammar only as a reference to help you understand the content of real language. Rule number 7. You have to learn the sound structures of the language from the very beginning. Give it attention, give it care. Imagine developing the wrong sound patterns in the language. Like tying a knot, the tighter it gets, the more difficult it will be down the line to undo it. So, take the time and put the energy into focusing how the sound structure of a language works from the very moment you lay hands and eyes and ears on the language. Rule number 8. Learning a language is never ever a linear process. Things change down the path. You have to keep this in mind when it comes to choosing the way you learn languages. So you have to constantly readjust your methods, your approach, and the time you spend with the language. He says, in my language learning path, what I do at the beginning and what I do when I am an intermediate student and advanced student is different. Rule number 9. Technology is a good tool which will help you in your learning process, but don't forget the paper. Actually, you have to make a combination between paper and digital because technology gives you speed while paper gives you connection. Rule number 10. You have to have rewards down the path. Imagine learning language like walking down the path. You stop at certain cities and then you take a rest, you get to know people, and that in turn will help you keep going, and this is what language is all about. At the end of the day, it is about having experiences, talking to people, having laughs, discovering yourself and others, and ultimately it is about sharing. So if you want more details, more stories, go to YouTube and watch the video where he talks about these 10 rules in details. So why I mentioned these two people? Because we will benefit from the approach of Stephen Krashen and the experience of Luca. So in our learning journey, I ask Allah to help me make the task easier for you listeners of the Arabic Caravan podcast. Okay, that's it for today's episode. I just want to mention that you can find all the episodes and the transcriptions and key vocabulary for everything on my website arabicCaravan.com. In the next episode, we will start our first Arabic lesson, how to greet people in Arabic. See you soon. في أمان الله.